Hi guys, welcome to Flo's Mission. This is Florence Odhiambo, and so today we want to talk about assessment to learners who have disabilities mostly. So today we have a guest. He's an assessor. He'll introduce himself. So without further ado, kindly do so.
Thank you very much, Florence, and welcome to Kisumu Educational Assessment and Resource Center. My name is Cosmas.
Uh-huh.
I work as the coordinator of special needs education in Kisumu County.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Welcome,
Thank
and
you.
it's a pleasure having you to our assessment center.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And so I wanted to ask you, how did the assessment begin? How did you start it?
Yes. First of all, probably I would want to say what it is all about.
Yeah.
Education Assessment and Resource Center, in short, it's called EAC.
Okay.
This is a department in the Ministry of Education in Kenya. It is a department under the Ministry of Education and specifically under the Directorate of Special Needs Education.
Okay.
Assessment Center offers several services, but specifically we offer functional assessment of learners with disability for the sake of appropriate placement. We do early identification, and specifically we are concerned with appropriate placement of these learners to schools that fit their disabilities. So this is a department that was begun by the Ministry of Education way back 1980s.
Okay.
And it was supported by the DANIDA. So the pioneer assessment staff were identified by the ministry and trained even by DANIDA itself. So we do a myriad of services here.
Okay.
We assess children most of the time between age 0. I'm sure you are wondering age zero because we fall back to try and find out the prenatal circumstances that surrounded the child before the child was born.
Okay.
So that we get to understand the issues that are related to the disability. So age 0 to about age 7, we assess the children here.
Okay.
We operate as a multidisciplinary team. We are a team of different professionals who have knowledge in different fields. So first, we identify the disability and the appropriate interventions.
Okay.
That include appropriate placement, school, appropriate services, including other medical interventions. So we also work with a network of medics,
Okay.
paramedics, and other people. We also advise parents because you realize that the issue of disability is still a mystery to some of the parents. So some of the parents, when they come here, they are in denial. Some of them don't understand really the problem with the children. So we advise parents. We counsel them. We advise teachers, the various teachers where these children are placed. We advise them on appropriate differentiated learning for these children. We also collaborate with other stakeholders who are supporting special children with disability. And like you now, I would take you as a stakeholder in supporting children with disability.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of things that run around the education for children with disability. Yes.
That's good. That's really good.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, what inspires you to do this every day?
What inspires me to do this?
Yeah.
I think first of all is a passion, is a calling, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, when I went to school up to university, I studied special needs education and assessment. But I have stuck to this field because of the passion that I have. I feel I draw a lot of happiness in working with children who have disability.
Okay.
So it is a passion. It is mainly a passion and mainly probably a calling.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm employed and I earn a salary out of this work. But sometimes I think the salary, the job I do could be more than the salary I draw. So I am in this job as a calling, I think. And I don't do this job alone. In this place alone, in this assessment center, Kisumu County Assessment Center, we are about 7.
Okay.
So yeah, if that answers your question.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so I wanted to ask you, so let me assume I'm a parent and I have a learner who is physically challenged.
Yes.
So which type of processes do you go through for you to be able to
Yes.
identify that this learner is specifically
And requires this.
requires a specific school or requires specific?
In assessment, we have 2 levels. We have the level of screening. This is just random check and suspecting that a learner could be having a problem. Then we have diagnostic assessment. Diagnostic assessment is now the professional assessment that involves a multidisciplinary team of professionals. So first, for a learner to be brought here, say a child with a physical impairment, the way you are saying, somebody will have screened a parent or anybody else, a teacher.
Yes.
And will have said that I think this child has a physical disability. That is step 1.
Yes.
Then they will be brought here. So when they are brought here, because we are professionals, we have screening tools that we have been given by the government.
Okay.
Questionnaires and other screening tools. So we will use these screening tools to enable us also make a perception of what we think this learner could be suffering from. But we are more interested in the functional abilities. Yes, we look at the disability versus attainment of educational programs. Then we look at the middle ground. This person has this kind of disability. So how do we manage that disability to enable him to benefit from the existing educational programs? But there's something I want you to get.
Yes.
You know, we are not medics.
Right.
We are not medical practitioners. We are functional assessors, disability assessors. So when I talked about the multidisciplinary team, when this learner comes, we will do our bit. Then if we think that there is a need for more diagnostic assessment, then we refer this learner to a medic. If it is physical, we can refer them to a physician, or we can refer them to a paramedic, a physiotherapist, or an occupational therapist, or any other related medic. So this medic will do a further diagnosis, and then they can be able to specifically say, out of medical view, that this client has this kind of disability, and the intervention strategies that are required to enable them access education are this.
Right.
It is the medics who will say this one needs a wheelchair, this one needs a crutch, an elbow crutch, or any other kind of mobility device. This needs a page turner, this needs a neck brace, etc.
Okay.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And so what would you tell parents that have children with disability and they still face stigmatization and they're holding their children back at home due to that fear?
And there are many such parents in this century.
True.
Who still attach disability with a lot of myths. There are still a lot of myths out there. I forgot to tell you that one of the things we do is that we conduct mobile clinics, mobile assessments.
Oh.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you move.
We move from one place to another.
Right.
Wherever there is need, and we realize there is a place that requires our services, then we take ourselves there.
Nice.
So when we talk to the parents, sometimes you realize that many parents are still locked into the myths. There are still beliefs that this kind of disability has been brought by this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a
So,
curse or something.
so as I sit here, I want to call out on all the parents. I want to encourage them and tell them that the issues around disability have very little to do with the myths that are out there. The myths of the child has been bewitched. The myths of it is the mother.
Right.
The myths of it is the neighbor who is chasing the family. I am sitting here to tell the parents that those myths are just myths.
Yeah.
The causes of disabilities are many. They range from when the child is not yet born, during birth, and even after birth.
Yes.
So the causes are there, and they have nothing to do with being bewitched or something. And I want to tell the parents to just step out and bring their children for assessment, or take their children to any nearest place that children with disability can get help. Assessment center is one of them. The National Council for Persons with Disability. Even any health center around will be able to give information that can help these children.
That's true. That's true.
And I want to add that the education for children with disability is very well and clearly stipulated in the Kenyan Constitution and even the current education system, which is called CBC. We have a clear pathway for learners with disability.
Good.
It is called age-based curriculum. Yes.
Nice.
Sorry, stage-based curriculum. The regular one is age-based curriculum from PP to university. Then for learners with disability, we have the stage-based curriculum. You move to the next stage depending on your competence in the age, in the stage where you are. So there is a very clear pathway called stage-based curriculum, which can cater for every learner. Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful. And so,
welcome to Kisumu County Education Assessment and Resource Center office. On the other side, we have administrative rooms, but this is our assessment room. Welcome. These are the stations where we perform our assessments. So when our clients come on first come, first served basis, we take them to the different tables. So you can see this is our client. I think he could be joining from one. So a child with disability joining a school, there is a requirement that they should be assessed. And an assessment referral form filled. So this is a client who is joining from one, I think, at Joyland Special Secondary School. Yes. So this client, I think he has come from one of the primary schools. I think one of the regular primary schools. So this is the parent, and this is Mr. Gundo. He's one of the professional assessors here. So he will assess the child using that background information tool, and then he will do the rest. The school, secondary school, cannot admit him without assessment recommendations and assessment letter. So from here, this is another table. So various clients will sit on different tables. Where these are just assessment some of the few assessment materials that we use. Let's say sometimes we want to assess a client on with the LD. We want to even look at perception, color, contrast. Are they able to even grip? We will have learners, children. We want to assess their dexterity. We want to assess their grip and etc. So we give them these playing materials, so that we are able to assess the level of concentration and the level of grip, the fine motor ability, grip and hold and release. We have these books. These are just our record books. You can see the name of the client, when the client came here, what is the guardian's name and contact, what diagnosis, what did we find the client with? We found this client with speech difficulty. Yes. What is the recommendation? The recommendation is that there is need for speech therapy where at such a place. This one has been placed, another one has been placed to a special school. Which one? This. So with this register, we are able to track our clients. Now, this lady you see here is one of the, you asked me about the partners we work with. This lady is called Lavina. She's one of our great supporters. She works with an organization called Heart to Heart. It's an organization that supports the education of children with disability and persons with disability in terms of empowerment. So she came to visit us today. So she's one of the partners that we work with. Wherever there is we have a partner, we have a client, and we think the client needs something that we cannot get through the education system or the ministry, then we can talk to Lavin, and then she can be able to give us a wheelchair, a crutch, or a hearing aid, or probably sometimes even supporting surgery or medication for some of our clients. And it is good she's here. So then this is another station. This is one of us, Charlene. Charlene is here. She's trained in special needs education. She works here. Actually, Charlene works here as a volunteer, and we don't pay her. If you are talking about people with passion, then she has a passion for working with the children who have disability. Yeah, so we have a myriad. If you look at this is a placement form. We will have assessed the learner, then we want to place. I told you that our main focus is appropriate placement. So for us to appropriate place, we use this tool, this form. We will write it like this is to Lutheran Special School from us, and we shall say we have referred this learner for this. We also have other referral forms that we use to refer the learner probably to a medical practitioner or to any other service delivery agent. Yes. So the hearing aid, the hearing ability room, which is closed now, there, and it is one of its kind in this region. That is the place where the hearing levels are measured, the decibels, and then we are able to know this one needs a hearing aid of this nature, or this learner has the hearing ability is this. So we advise the teachers and tell them this learner has this hearing ability, loss of hearing, and so the strategies should be this, which may include preferred sitting position and etc.
And so that has been it, guys. So make sure you subscribe if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you so much for watching this video up to the end. Bye bye.
Bye bye.